there, everybody. Today I'm hunting. And you know me by now, right? Everything I do, I commit to. There's no maybes with me. Everything is yes and no. There's no gray areas with me. Everything is black and white. And what is the word I always use? Magnanimity, striving for excellence. And that's what I do in everything. Everything. I can't do otherwise. I'm just very gifted. And I have a freakishly amazing body that can do pretty much anything I want. My hand-eye coordination, everything is freaking awesome. And that combined with my incredible mind, it's just a trait to have. You know, I thank God every day for that. Most rare though, you don't have this a lot. I have a lot of humility as well. So that combined, that's kind of a weapon. So today I decided to not go 110% that everybody does. It is important. I go 111%. This is very important. Now, this puppy right here is my Remington 308. Wow. And this puppy, pretty amazing. Now, I'm about 300 yards away from my target, and I have 180 grain Remington 308 bullet in it. Actually, a Winchester bullet is 308 Winchester bullet. 180 grams, that will give me, let me see, a 9.7 inch drop. So, if I use this incredible vortex scope, yes, you know what that is, I'm gonna just put it on his spine in line with his front legs, and that should be exactly 9.7 inches, and I will painless death for my body right over there. Yeah, I don't think that the wind is going to be affected. Oh, today, 1 second. Yes, honey. Yeah, I know. Coffee, sugar, right? Basic stuff. No, I don't like those walnut. Yeah, I'll bring both. All right, I love you very much. All right, baby boy. Schatje badje. Say it back. Say that you love me. Come on, honey. Say that you love me. Oh, okay, good, good. I love you too. I love you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, a short action cartridge permits a more compact rifle, and this is very important and very lucrative if you have to go on like long hunts, so you have to trek through the bush like we're doing right now. So that's why I really like that bullet. Now, the 308 Wind's major well, drawback is what the people say, is that there's not as much propellant in the bullet, so that causes for wind twists. But I like already said, there's no wind going on, and the bullet might drop. But if you know all that information, you put it in your computer and you use that, it's going to be fine in 300 yards. But that's an easy shot. 300 yards, come on, let's face it. So, another thing that I have to say about this bullet though, because I'm just blown away with the bullets. It's been there for a long time, since World War I, I believe. It's a long time there. And if you fire rapidly, fast, like I'm a guy who likes to do that, you never know what's going to happen, right? Pop, 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 pop. It doesn't wear down the barrel. And that's another great thing that we have from it.
Hey! You can't hunt here! No hunting here!
Magnanimity. Messed up on that one. Rule number 3. Know your target and its surroundings. But hey, at least you can learn from me, from my mistakes. Godspeed.
How's it going?
Reed.
Nice to meet you.
Great.
Sir.
Thank you very much for having us over here.
Pleasure.
Guns, man. I mean, I'm from Holland, you know. It's very hard. On the street, you can't have guns, you can't carry guns, all that kind of stuff. Cops right now don't have guns, so that's crazy. I remember doing a security job for this really rich lady. She was a casino lady. Okay. And we had to protect her because it was a threat on her life. And I never had a gun. And we walk into the hotel room and the whole bed is full with guns. They say, okay, pick whatever you want. And I thought I was the smartest one.
A little overwhelming.
So I took the freaking, like the what's his name? Our governor from Carmel, Clint Eastwood. Yep. You know, big six shooter like this kind of gun. And I regretted that right away when we had dinner. because I was sitting there. I saw everybody get the little gun. I go, I'm going to get the big gun, realizing that it's not about the size, right? So of course, you know, if you need to hunt for something really big, you know, then you want to have a big gun. But that was crazy. And then I went to Japan, and I would have these pellet guns, and they were Glock 17s. And I was really good with them. We would, as fighters, we would walk on the street, and if we see each other, we'd shoot. We were only allowed to shoot the legs, you know. So we were these crazy people, foreigners in Japan, walking around, running around in the video game halls, and we were shooting each other with with pellet guns. But I became really good with it. And then when I came to America, first of all, I went to the security at the airport, and they stopped me.
Right.
And then the guys, because they knew me there from fighting, the border patrol, they said, "Bas, yeah, you can't have this." I go, "Why not? It's plastic." And he goes, "Yeah, because of this reason." And he puts his Glock 17 next to it. I go, "Oh."
They're close.
It's exactly the same. So when I came to America, first gun I bought was a Glock 17. I remember going to the shooting range, and everybody thought I was shooting for years.
Yep.
But I said it was the pellet gun that actually, that got me, you know. And first, listening to these instructions, right? Because you see the people in the movies, they finger all the way in, they're pulling it to the side. They go, they didn't have any classes. Well, once you just listen to the instructions, you know, it's...
Well, when you start shooting, it's so disappointing because when you're used to watching on movies, you don't ever have to reload, the guns don't move, there's no recoil, you hit every shot, it makes it easy. So yeah, it's a little difficult when you try to do it for real life.
What's talking about movies, what would be the best movie? Because I know some guys in the military, SEAL Team 6 guys and all these guys, and they were talking about one movie and where it's very well presented, one of the latest movies.
We've got a few. Zero Dark 30 did a really good job capturing true team movement on a hostile takeover of a building. Then we had, I'm going to blank on the name of it. There was a movie done by actual SEALs that was phenomenal.
I saw it where real SEALs were in it. I was at the screening. I was at the screening actually.
They did a phenomenal job keeping it as true to life as possible. The cool thing was that was one of the first movies where they actually used a live fire for the actual film. The whole boat scene, that's all live fire done, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was, I heard really great things about it. And then, but handling guns, everybody told me these guys, because we were watching, I was training those guys, and we were watching John Wick.
Yes.
And when he came out, they go like close quarter. He says, "I think that's the best we've ever seen." Like the way he was handling the guns. So
John Wick was one of those cool movies where they took true training, blew it up on the Hollywood stage, so you got to see it a lot more often. But the movements and everything is done very, very well. Terry Butler did a fantastic job getting them trained up for that movie. They did a really, really job. Yeah,
I shot a bunch of times at Tehran. He's really good, but it's instruction. Again, you know, if you just listen to instruction, it is so important. And if you steer with that, he goes like, "Dude, Bas, did you ever thought about doing competition?" I don't have the time, but it was good. But I said it's just listening and doing what they say. Yep. So you're from California as well, I heard. And you
can't say it too loud.
Yeah, you got to watch out now because now I'm a Texan as well.
That's it.
And I came here, but how do you get in this kind of line of work?
Natural love of firearms. California, I mean, we did have some guns, and I always enjoyed shooting, going out to the range with my parents, my dad. You know, we loved doing that together. And then when I was able to leave California and escape to a free state, got to open up to a little bit more options of firearms. I
saw that walking in here. You guys are insane. It's really cool.
Yes, sir.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I think we're gonna have some fun. Yeah. What is the most bought gun? What would you say? The number one gun that everybody buys?
Kind of hard to say. Glock would probably be a very easy one to start with, just for Glock's got like 35 years proven reliability in the industry. They're one of those guns that just don't break. So they are very popular, very heavily publicized in movies and culture as well. So the name brand recognition for them is really good. But yeah.
And bullets, what would you say was the most? Because I hear they go for 38, to 45, they go back to 9mm, and apparently now the 9mm, even the cops I hear in California go back to 9mm because they got so much firepower with the bullet.
It's technology. You know, the more we progress, the better we find the ways to do things. 9mm is one of those rounds that started kind of not really sought after, and then technology through defensive loads and capabilities, it's definitely the most prevalent round used today.
All right, let's check out some guns then. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, some handguns, great. Man, if I would have a lot of money, I would have a lot of guns.
A couple options for you. We'll take a look at a few. So this is the F&H. These guys are coming from Belgium. This is their 45 tactical. The nice thing with this guy from factory, you're getting full optics, threaded barrel system, very high capacity for a 45, which is very uncommon. Back in the day, we were running 1911s, where on a good day we had 10 rounds in the magazine. We're running 15 rounds with those guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very, very well built together gun. Very, very popular in the spec ops community. They did some stuff that was kind of particular to them. You can see in here we have a lot bigger of a trigger guard than normal.
Yeah.
They oversized that for military for gloves. If
Oh,
you've got,
nice.
You know, fingers on gloves, a little bit easier to get inside of.
Yeah, Belgium, who'd have thought? I used to live close to Belgium. I mean, we're talking a mile away from Belgium. We would go to Belgium to shoot, actually, at the shooting range, because in Holland it was so much harder. That's why I shot the first time a Desert Eagle.
There you go, yeah.
And because of course, you need the big gun. And I remember I shot, and the bullet that came out, it landed in between my cheek and my left a burn.
A little burn,
I remember that. That was my, and this is where
So
we
this
have the
is gonna be
Glock,
version
right?
of the Glock. Yep. This is going to be their 22, which is their full size in the 40 caliber. Again, probably Glock being the most common gun on the face of the planet.
Yep.
Biggest use for military and law enforcement contracts. This is just their same one as the Glock 17 that you have. This is just chambered in the 40 caliber. So
Okay.
Same overall size gun.
Good. Is this the Russians? Are they using it as well? I heard.
I'm not
all the way
100%
back,
sure.
somebody I thought
It's
somebody told me.
potential, but I'm not sure if they're currently running that run right now.
Somebody was telling me, you know, because it's plastic, you can go through security with it. I go, there's no way. The barrel
Still a lot of
cannot
metal
be.
parts inside.
Yeah, I mean, are you stupid? You know, but that's people.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and it's always a little bit more accurate. Once you get to the smaller guns, well, it's logic, right? You know, a lot of people don't realize it, but they make the same mistake. First of all, they want the biggest gun, and then they realize, you know, if you want to carry, yeah, that's not the way to go. Both of these guys are going to be too big. It depends on what situation. With Armageddon,
That's it.
we're packing everywhere.
I mean, and to be honest, the gun that I have on me currently is larger than that guy.
Oh, wow.
And I have a flashlight and an optic on my gun. So the crazy kind of side of that is holster and belt. You can conceal anything you want.
Oh, wow.
So that's the trick, is finding the right setup to carry the gun that you want to carry. For me, I've found that the bigger gun, I'm more accurate, I'm more fast.
Yeah.
It's got less recoil felt to the wrist, so I can run it a little bit better.
Yep.
So I kind of had to build my holster and my belt setup to be around that, so I could carry that gun with me.
Right, you can
And
tell.
once you
So,
do that, on a good day, you should be able to see it.
Very nice. All right. What's a more popular gun? And later on, I want to also show that gun that you just showed me.
Yes, I
That
will
was a
definitely bring that up.
badass one.
Well, let's look at some more kind of your more general style. So this is gonna be the Colt, the 1911.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know about that gun,
Oh no, I do know about that
I
gun.
figured as much.
I think with I know Priest Father Ripper, he has one of these.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Tried and true. It's won 2 world wars for us. I mean, it's a fantastic gun.
Wow, yeah. And it's
You can feel that difference in that all way.
That's the thing, because there's no recoil then, right? It's
Yes,
like
sir.
when it's heavy, it's better. But it's not for little people.
Yeah.
They shouldn't get it. Not for kids.
Yeah, that's a full-size gun. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love it.
And that's kind of the crazy thing when we look at these two models. This is just kind of where technology has gotten us. They knew they loved the caliber of that gun, but they wanted more capacity. They wanted to add some more accessories. That's kind of where this guy got spurred on. Still running the same caliber, but you're getting optic, that threaded barrel. The really nice thing on 45, on the 230 grain standard bullet for 45, it's called subsonic. It's not passing that sound barrier speed. Running with a suppressor, it's one of the quietest rounds you can run through a handgun.
Suppressors are illegal here in Texas, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
see, that's so weird that it makes. Why would that be illegal then? But what is the main reason about it? Because you can clandestine do.
If you find out, let me know, because
Yeah.
we've been asking the same question.
That's so weird. Yeah.
Because all it's doing is bringing down making it an enjoyable, healthy shooting, bringing that sound level down.
Yeah, I mean, I went shooting with the SEALs all over in Virginia, and just I mean, there's no, it's nothing, and you go like, wow, this is a rifle.
Yeah,
and
and it's
almost,
all benefits.
Yeah.
Less recoil, less noise. I mean, it makes the gun run a little bit better, but the government wants us to pay some money and wait for them.
And the bullet doesn't do anything less. It's with a silencer.
It's almost kind of vice versa. It actually increases the speed of the bullet, very, very minimal. You'll get what's called a suppressor push, which is increasing the muzzle, the feet per second, ever so slightly. So it's actually making the bullet go a little bit faster.
Everything is better, but they take it out.
Yep.
Total sense. Makes total sense. But we're in that world right now where nothing makes any sense anymore. Cool. So let's steer to concealed carry guns. What would you say would be an?
I'm going to run down real quick, and I'm going to grab us a couple options.
All right.
All right, so here's a few different options for us on some of the smaller concealed carry guns. A couple different flavors from different companies for you. So I've got a Glock 42. That is going to be one of their smallest guns that they manufacture. That's going to be in a .380 caliber, which is just a little bit shorter and smaller than the 9mm.
And how many holds this one?
So on that guy with the standard magazine, you're looking about 6 rounds.
6 rounds. Yeah, but it's like you said, it's you can put it in your pocket.
That's kind of the last ditch gun. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
And then the nice thing with the Glocks too, being so popular across the world, the aftermarket community is never ending. Parts and accessories for those guys is, you can find anything you want. The nice thing is too, you can also do extended magazines, so you can increase that capacity up a little bit on the firearm.
Okay, but you know the accuracy, of course, it's a little less because it's so tiny, the barrel.
The gun is capable of accuracy. All that's going to depend on the shooter themselves. The smaller we get with the barrel, the more difficult it is to be accurate. But the gun's capable of it. It's just more us than the gun.
Yeah. Like anything else in life, right? I guess. The 6 hour. That's and I just looked at it. I mean, it holds a whole bunch, about what was it? 12, right?
So the cool thing with the SIG on the 365, what they did is, if we look at like the Glock magazine, this is going to be what's called a single stack magazine. So the bullets are literally just stacked on top of each other. On that guy, they've got a way to kind of stagger the round count. So that's how they're able to get away with such a high capacity, but still keeping the gun very, very small.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then with that gun, they also make factory 15 and 17 round magazines for it.
Well, I got the laser. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Man, how does I never saw it like this. Normally you see it at the...
Correct. So what this is doing is it's projecting a dot on the screen for you, so only you are seeing that. But the nice part is where that dot is exactly where the bullet's going.
Wow.
So it's giving you all that information. Originally, we had to take that front sight, rear sight, line everything up. Now it's literally put dot on target, pull trigger.
Yeah, and then for carry people going to say this is, of course, this is bigger on top.
For the carry side, I mean, we're talking about ½ an inch. I mean, we're not adding too much on the gun for carry, but it's a very, very beneficial system for firearms.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
This one.
So I got a couple custom options for you. So this is from a local company. This is made by Staccato. These guys are right up the road in Georgetown from us. They make the best handguns on the planet, hands down. They're phenomenal, phenomenal guns. These are all custom hand-built firearms based off the 1911 series, like the original Colt that we looked at.
Yeah.
Just new technology. Like on that one there, that is their C2 option, and they found a way to do a double stack magazine, getting you 16 round capacity.
Oh, wow. And it's nice and light as well. Good.
And then one step down, same company. This is going to be their C, and this is a single stack option. So the guy that wants the small, lightest as possible, that's where we would send him.
Nice.
And the very nice thing too, these are all custom cut to be able to accept the optic series. So that plate on top here would remove, so we can do a red dot optic for it.
Okay. Yeah, I like the star, the Lone Star.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
It's on there. Wow, man, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so would love to show the people at home that crazy gun, the 4.5.
Yeah. Let me go grab that for us, and we'll come up with some new options.
All right, sounds good.
Alright, so if you wanted to see one more from the Staccato, so this is their flagship gun. This is as good as it gets from these guys. So this here is the Staccato XC. So double stack magazine system, so you're getting 20 round capabilities out of it. We're getting the full optics package already cut in, so from factory it's ready to accept. And then that guy right there is all the money. So this right here is a built-in compensator that's machined into the barrel, meaning the barrel and the compensator are all one piece. What that does for us is when we take that shot, we have all this expanding gas behind the bullet. So once the bullet leaves, that gas has got to go somewhere. This channel allows it to redirect upwards, so that when we are shooting with the gun, instead of getting that big muzzle rise, this gun stays completely flat. Because all that that cycled gas is getting recircled up.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, they patented that, I guarantee you, right? Because otherwise we see it everywhere.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, that made no brainer.
Yes, sir.
What I like about this, it's the slide is so light. I mean, your pinky. Look at this. You can literally pull it. You don't almost need any power to pull it. So yeah, you don't see that a lot.
That's that attention to detail where these guys just excel at. Everything is machined oversized and then hand fitted down, so the one-to-one fit for every single gun.
And then the trigger also, that's, oof.
So on the XC trigger pack, you're getting a 2.5 pound trigger on that guy.
It's like almost nothing. That's crazy, gotta watch out. Keep the finger off the trigger at all times, right?
Rule number one.
Rule number one. Wow. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Made in America. Texas.
Texas. Yes, sir.
Can't go wrong with that. All right, cool. So let's talk home defense.
Yeah. Let's
So-
take a look at some different rifle setups, and we'll come up with some good options.
And, but you also say that a lot of people say the shotgun will be the best for at home, you know, like inside the home.
There's applications for it, absolutely. A lot of it comes down to personal preference. For me, I like going to a rifle. I've got a little bit more options to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Carrying more capacity in a magazine, I'm able to set up a little bit more accessories to get me the information I need, being optics, flashlights, anything of that sort.
Okay.
But shotguns definitely have their place. We can definitely take a look at a few different options too. That's one of those areas where technology has not stopped, so there's some cool stuff on the shotgun world. So let's look at some options.
All right, sounds good. Start with this one,
Yeah.
because that one, I might buy that one.
We'll work our way up to this.
Yeah.
But you were asking about home defense guns and shotguns in particular. So these are two different kind of models of shotguns. This is the Benelli M4. This is single-handedly the most widely used combat shotgun on the planet.
Okay.
Marine Corps are using these guys. A lot of law enforcement agencies are running with these shotguns. Phenomenal systems. Very cool system. It's a semi-auto, so once we load it up and get that first round in, it's just pulling the trigger. No pump action or anything. Makes it really nice. This is all a self-regulating, self-cleaning gas system. So the gun is doing all the work for us.
Oh,
Makes
wow.
it phenomenal. The recoil compensation system in here too basically makes the 12 gauge feel kind of like a 20 gauge. Brings down that hit, that recoil to the shoulder significantly. These guys coming out of Italy are doing the best shotguns on the planet.
Wow, it's crazy because the first shotgun I bought, which was crazy because you come from Holland, you can just walk in the big 5 spot and buy a shotgun. I was like, what, this is so crazy. Had to wait 3 days though, the cooling down period. But yeah, you got to pump it every time. And then my friends already started getting those guns. They can do so much better. You don't, just one time.
That's it.
And you can keep it. How many would they hold, shells?
So it depends on the tube. So there's a lot of different aftermarket accessories we can add to this guy. So we can get an extended tube so it hold up to like 8 or 10 rounds, which makes this thing just a nightmare for anybody on the wrong side of it. But yeah, phenomenal systems.
Very cool. And okay, this one. This is like, I mean, I was just looking at it.
So kind of like we were talking with ammo, with technology, you know, just constantly getting better and better and better. So this is a really cool, interesting design. This company is called Keltec. This is the KSG. What this is this. These are both shotguns, both in 12 gauge. This is a new take on it, meaning it's a bullpup design. And what they have done is the barrel actually starts behind the trigger guard system. So this barrel and this barrel are the same exact length. But we were able to get an overall lot smaller package being in that bullpup design. Really cool system too, has a dual feeding tube, meaning we can get about twice the capacity we could on this guy. Loads right in from the back, meaning we can change the loads we're putting in there. If we want one tube with slug and one with double lot, we have the option to choose what tube it's feeding from.
Yeah,
really
because
cool.
I heard that in the Dave Chappelle stand-up routine, he was talking about it because they were explaining him because he needed a shotgun.
Yep.
Because you want to pepper, first shot is like pepper him up, you know, and then maybe another one, but then you want to hit him with a slug,
It's
you
like
know.
cooking. You can season it up a little bit and put the frying pan on.
So, and here you can choose with your hands.
That's it.
With the finger, with the push of the trigger, a simple click, click, click. Look at this thing. This is insane, I love this, and especially the double capacity. And needless to say, only have to load it once and it starts
So that one's
recoiling.
going to be a
Bump,
pump.
bump, bump.
So yeah, we'll pump with that one.
Every single time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this one. But it's completely different than what I used to have, of course, because
Correct.
it's really, everything is more smooth
And then when we
nowadays.
look at just, I mean, the overall size difference of these two,
That's what I mean. This is so
pretty
crazy.
drastic.
Wow. Look at how it looks from the front. I don't want to really point it in the camera. Well, I can, right? It will. Where's this made? What country?
Florida.
Florida.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Yeah, this really got my interest. This.
And this is just one of the cool things with the firearms industry, like any other industry out there. Technology, technology, technology. And they're coming out with cooler and cooler stuff every day.
Yeah, but every time you would think like, okay, this
is as good as it gets.
Right? And then something better comes again, eh?
That's it.
It's funny how people, you know, sit down all
like
day
the guy
long.
with the fastest horse back in the day. He was like, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah. The 4-minute mile, I remember that. Once one guy broke it, everybody started breaking it, right? It's the mental hurdle. It's really, we put so much barriers on ourselves, you know. We can do much more than we thought. And if you look at a guy like Wim Hof who walks Mount Everest barefoot, and then he doesn't have any frostbite, no nothing. I go like, how is that possible for hours in the snow?
There's the group of guys that did the 14 biggest peaks in the world consecutively. The only guy who's ever done it. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
That's crazy. I was talking to the SEALs, you know, and they were, while they were training, some of them, they were talking about a mountain that they just came back from and a new one. They climbed the big ones, K2, whatever, all these crazy ones. So one mountain, I said, I heard you guys talking about that. And they go, yeah, how long would that take? For us, he says, we're like 8-9 days. And again, for a normal person, 13, 14. I go, okay, so that's fast. He goes, yeah, but you know, there's this one guy who just blows everybody away. And I go, what do you mean? He does it in 7 days, in 6 days, in 5 days, in 4 days. And I went all the way down. He goes 8 hours.
Yep.
Runs it up.
So that's the same guy that's done the 14.
Oh, that's that guy?
Same guy, yeah. It's
Dude,
incredible.
he has a half-a-mile hill next to his home apparently, puts a log in his neck, and he jump squats it to the top every single day.
He's talking, he said climbing is in his blood.
Yeah.
If I remember right, he comes from Nepal. And his blood,
of course.
Testing, the oxygen levels in his blood
way
were
higher,
significantly higher, and that's how he's able just to push and push and push.
It's amazing what people, again, you know, what people can do. Imagine you're like in day 7, and you're in your tent, you're heating up, you're making a porch, and this guy comes in his spandex, and he goes running by.
Go home at that point. Like, yeah,
and these are SEALs. They're freaks. I mean, I train a lot of guys, but those are in shape.
Yes, sir.
And especially just before they get deployed, it's crazy. Very cool. Okay, but you personally,
So we've got a couple options with the home defense style. Shotgun is a great option, but let me bring out a couple more options for us and we can kind of go over those.
All right.
All right, so we look at some shotguns, which are a great option for home defense. These would be just a couple more options for us to look at. This guy's kind of cool. This is a somewhat newer a realm of firearms that were been around for a long time, but they've gotten very popular the last few years. They consider this a PCC, or a pistol caliber carbine, meaning this is chambered in 9mm, just like most of the handguns we've looked at, but it's a carbine style setup, meaning we get 3 positions on it with the body. We got front hand, rear hand, and that's something to stabilize it in the rear shoulder. So very, very low recoil impulse, especially because we're able to hold it so tight and nice to the body. Large capacity magazines, options to add accessories, flashlights, optics. So it just gives us a little more benefits to us as what we can get out of the gun.
Okay, and what I see here, you know, it's made in the Czech Republic, that's where it's designed, but then it's made in America, Kansas City?
Yep.
That's how it works? Okay, good.
So a lot of times we have the manufacturers will be overseas, and then through importation laws, there's a couple different things you have to do. So they have a factory in Kansas, which handles the importation into the U.S. from the Czech Republic. So this guy here is a brace system. The cool thing with this brace system is it allows us to fold.
Yep.
So for transportation, in and out of a backpack, makes it very, very easy. But then if I had to go to deploy it, you know, it's a very, very easy system to work with.
Okay, but and the belt is then just to lock it up to make sure that it stays against here. This thing, what was
this? So this was designed for maybe only one-handed manipulation. So I could open this, get my hand through there to give me a little bit more stability, locking it into the hand.
Oh, wow.
So these were originally designed for a lot of our military guys coming home with, you know, missing limbs or, you know, missing fingers, anything along that sort, to still get them to be able to get a good hold on the gun and still be able to use it effectively.
Huh. Yep, gotta think about everything.
That's it.
Wow.
So yeah, so next one here, this is probably something you're a little bit more familiar to seeing as far as the overall build. This is based off an AR platform. This is an LWRC is the manufacturer on these guys. And this one's chambered in 300 blackout, which is gonna be a little bit bigger of a round than what you're used to seeing with the 5.56 series, which is more common as the caliber on these. The cool thing with the 300 blackout is it gives us the option to run super or subsonic ammo. So for home defense situations, I can run a suppressor with subsonic ammo. It's the quietest I can keep that gun. So anybody else in the house, don't got to worry about blowing their ears out.
That's important.
It's important.
Especially if you have a baby in the house, you want to save those ears. My dad, we went to the shooting range, and he's a pianist. And so music all day long, he plays hours a day. And he took his headset off, and somebody next the line blasted a shotgun. And it really affected him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important. That's why you would go like, yeah, but that was a shotgun. Shotgun, no suppressors for that, I guess, right?
Oh,
or you there?
Yes, sir.
This is crazy. Everything is there. Look at this. Looks good on me, right? Looks really good on me.
It does.
Very good. What would he be on the top for an, to aim? If I how would I?
So you've got options in there. This is called a Picatinny channel, so we can add any sort of optics we want. Red dots, scopes, lasers, flashlights. We have the option to put anything we want on there.
Yeah, because I looked at this one, and when I put this to my, it's really low, right? If you look at it.
The size.
Yeah,
yes.
so I got a really big my eye here almost.
Correct.
So normally you wouldn't put.
And then what we would do is we would set up the red dot or the optic with a little bit higher of a channel. For
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, that way when I get on the gun, I don't have to get down low.
Yeah,
I can keep it more of a standard height for me, so I'm a little bit more comfortable behind it, and I can get that by the mount that we use for the optic.
Nice. Good. That would be a which one would be your favorite for home defense?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Got your hands, gotta use them both.
Why not? And especially with this thing, then you can put them on there.
Yep.
Yeah, we can tropical thunder.
That's it.
Right? The tropic thunder.
For something like in my household, this is something that my wife would use with that reduced recoil impulse. She's able to be a lot more effective with it. This is something that I would have more set up from my side.
Nice.
Meaning, if you come into my house, you're having a bad day.
You're having a bad day. Yeah, you got the missus and you got you. Not
She's
a good
way
thing.
more dangerous than I am.
Oh no, women are way more violent. I always tell my wife, you got to watch out.
That's it.
We all know. Happy wife, happy life. That's the line. You see, that will not evolve, that line.
Yeah, that one's gonna
that
stay
will
the
all
same.
stay the same, yeah. Unlike the beautiful guns.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, you want to take a look at some hunting options?
Oh, I would love to, yes.
Do it.
All right.
All right, so got some hunting options for you.
Yeah, but that's just a big difference in barrel size, you know.
So I figured I'd show you kind of both spectrums.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the Bergara. This is something that you're more common to see for a hunting gun. The cool thing with this one, it does have some really good accessories as far as technology built into it as well. On this guy here, we're going to have what's called an adjustable comb height, meaning we can raise or lower that comb height, so for our cheek, when we're looking through our scope system.
Oh.
So like how the last one you're looking at where you felt you had to sit too low,
Yep.
we can adjust this guy so you get a little bit better of a system to be able to see through. But phenomenally accurate. This guy is chambered in a 308, which plenty effective out to 750 yards. I mean, you can get some good distance out of it. We can push these to about 1,000 yards. Got a lot of bullet drop at 1,000, but up to about 750 yards, that thing's moving.
And you said this is still a high precision gun, but with this much shorter barrel.
So this here is called the Modern Precision Pistol. This is made by Christensen Arms. This guy is in the same caliber as this, so these are both in 308 caliber, but we're gonna bring that barrel length to about 12.5 inches. The nice thing with this guy is transportation-wise, very easy to throw in a bag, very easily concealed if needed to be. The other side of it is for mountain hunting. If we're going after something, we got to go trekking for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
You want to carry that guy, you want to carry this guy.
Yeah, 100%.
So the lighter weight option, especially they've got it all kind of updated with the carbon fiber system. So still very strong and rigid, but very, very lightweight.
Wow, that should pull it. Yeah, indeed, it's really light. That is so wild.
And then one of the biggest things we would do as far as an accessory piece on that guy is add some sort of folding capability, so you would still be able to put something in the shoulder, just for that reinforced control.
Yeah, you can hook it onto here.
Mm-hmm.
Would be crazy because you think, because it's so short, you think this is the less accurate.
Right.
You know, but it's all about the shooter, of course. But he does. I'm gonna, that's not, yeah, this is a little heavier, but you know. And most of the time when you, on long trips hunting, they have the, how you call it?
They're gonna rest it on something.
Yeah, something, right? Because otherwise,
especially like here in Texas, a lot of times when we're shooting that stuff, we're doing it from a blind, so I'm able to rest the gun.
Wow, crazy. So 750 yards, pretty accurate.
Oh yeah.
What is the longest one You can shoot. What is the longest shot? Do you know anything of that?
Confirmed. I believe it's still sitting with the Canadians, sadly. But I believe it's the Canadians have the longest confirmed shot currently.
And that is?
2+ miles, I believe.
Jeez.
I might be wrong on that, but I know it is a insane distance shot.
And on what target we're talking about?
Person.
A person.
Yep. 2
miles.
You want to see something that's
never safe.
capable of that?
Yeah. Oh, would love to. That's what is the range on a bullet like this?
About 2 miles. It is capable of some insane distances. So that is a .338 Lapua round. Crazy thing with the Lapua rounds is the speed in which it's traveling and then how fast it can get there. So at about 1,700 yards, that thing is still moving at supersonic speeds.
And this is it, right?
This is the one. Yes, sir. So we've got the Steyr SSG-08 in .338 Lapua. As far as big bad bolt guns go,
that's the one.
There you go.
So yes, this is the kind of gun the Canadians probably would have used, something along those lines?
If I believe correctly, it's the same caliber. So the same bullet that was fired.
Same bullet.
Yes, sir.
So nobody's safe. This is scary.
This is for those really pesky squirrel problems, 2 counties over.
Oh yeah, it's a little heavier.
Got some weight to it.
Yeah, but you have to. I mean, this is what is it? Tom Cruise, right? The movie. What was it? Reacher.
Reacher. There we go.
He was. Yeah, that was probably. They probably used something like this in that movie. Crazy, man. So we've been talking about it a lot. Maybe we should shoot a little bit.
You don't want to just see him today? You want to
yeah. I think that would be better.
I think I can work something out.
I love it.
Which one do you want to start with?
The 6-shooter, I guess.
Kind of work our way up on size? Cool. So the first one we got for you is a smaller revolver, so just a little 6-shooter. So kind of give that a run. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, never did it, the 6-shooter, so let's see what happens. Oh, that's a big... I can't pull it right there.
You got your eyes on it. Yeah, work it tight.
That was way up. It's really hard, right?
Yeah. So we want to do a nice consistent pressure on the trigger, so we're pulling the same speed the whole time. So now. That was it.
That was it.
6 shots. On the revolvers, what we're kind of fighting against, that trigger system's real heavy.
Yeah.
So what the problem is when we first want to go, when we're pulling against it, we're usually kind of bringing back up.
Yeah.
When you're able to slow that down and do that nice consistent pressure, dead bullseye, ready to roll.
Yeah.
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 This is going to be the Springfield Hellcat. This is one of those ones like the ones we were looking at, the smaller compact carry species. This would be a very good option for one of those guys.
No.
Good.
To the right.
That's gonna be the difference when we go with something with a lighter weight on the trigger.
Yep. Yeah, that was all over the place.
Yep. A little bit lighter on the trigger. We're not having to use as much force, so we don't have as much input from us going into the barrel of the gun when it's trying to get. Cool. Ready to take another step up?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Never had one like this as well.
So the cool thing with this one, shooting the same, so very, very light recoil, not gonna move around a whole lot on you. But yeah, running the 9, so we'll get some rounds. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that was really light. Yeah, it felt much better. No,
Very light to the shoulder.
Yep.
And that's why we're looking at those ones. We looked at the same one in there for the for home defense. That's what makes that such a good option. Still very small, but very easy to control. Yep. All right, so the next one I got for you is the H&K MP5, aka the Die Hard gun. So now, because it's getting close to Christmas time, and Die Hard is a Christmas movie,
it's Christmas.
we can go ho 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 and shoot a machine gun.
Yippee-ki-yay,
That's it. All right. So this guy here is gonna be chambered in 9. This is gonna be a full auto. So when we get on that trip, it's gonna keep going full.
So you got to really brace, go to the front.
Exactly right. So the nice thing with this, it's a 9mm, so it's not drastic on that recoil impulse, but because the speed of fire is so high, we definitely want a good hold so it doesn't rise up on us.
Okay.
You ready to make some fun?
I'm ready to make some fun.
All right, let's get loud. Go ahead and jump up on here. I'm gonna hand you this guy here. Jump on now. Nice and tight. He's got the slap. We're ready to roll.
All right.
30 rounds has a tendency to go fast with those.
I was doing it in bursts because otherwise it would have been gone in seconds.
Yes, sir.
But you're right. This not.
Very controlled. Yep. All right, ready to get loud? Let's get big.
We're gonna get even bigger.
Target just a little bit because we just don't want to go too high. So if we keep it kind of at the bottom line of that target, the thing's gonna be clean for you.
Okay.
All right. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get. And then make sure it just, nice latch, cool, back. All right, my friend.
Are we going?
You're going.
Okay. Whoa. That's crazy. You don't feel anything.
Nothing.
It's like amazing. I thought I was going to hurt my shoulder with this, but there's nothing.
The nice thing with that, the weight that they have built into this gun keeps it so flat, even at those high cyclic rates.
Wow. And I like this also, that it can move. Wow, very cool. You gotta have one like this, right? At home. Once I get a house with a big land, you probably have one.
I wish. It was a little bit harder to get a hold of.
Oh yeah? Wow.
Welcome to the landing, yes.
That's it.
Look at that. Man, that's great.
Thanks a lot, bud. Thank you very much.
Hey, anytime.
Woo. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's badass. This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're drilling. Cutting huge sections out. Perfect. Boss, I need my gun back.
I'll fight you for it.
Have fun.
Oh no. He said right, it wasn't right, it was left.
But they won't say it to your face, though.
100%. No. No. People, man.
That's
People
it.
are weird.
So,
That's we gotta live with them.
awesome. Hey, I appreciate you coming out, man. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
Yes, sir.
man. I really
Anytime,
appreciate
anytime.
that. That's good. A lot of knowledge on guns, because believe it or not, I like to shoot guns, but I have zero knowledge about guns. So it's always good to get.
And that's what we're here to help out
updated.
with.
Love it. McQueen's Fight Club. Fight Club. See what I did there? McQueen's Gun Club. Go there, guys. Texas.
sir.
Yeah, New Braunfels.
That's it.
When you have two fighters equally skilled fighting each other, the one with the most stamina is probably going to win the match. When you have two teams equally skilled, no matter what sport it is, facing each other, the team with the most stamina is probably going to win the match. Now, why is that? Because they can keep on pushing. Now, your lungs don't do anything by themselves. They're just two bags. There's not a single muscle in your lungs. The way for your lungs to open up is by your breathing muscles. And so that you know, you have 11 pounds of breathing muscles, and it's the #1 priority in your body. I mean, 3-4 minutes without it, and you might be dead. Now, when you're in an athletic event and you're gassing, you know what's happening? That's your breathing muscles stealing blood. And yes, that's a medical term, blood stealing. Stealing blood for your limbs to support the breathing muscles so they can keep you alive, since it's the #1 priority in your body. And now you might ask, wait a minute, so why don't I work out my breathing muscles? Now that's the right question. And that's what the O2 Trainer does. The O2 Trainer is an inspiratory muscle device. And this works out your breathing muscles, your 11 pounds of breathing muscles, so you can have maximum chest expansion, and that means that you can maximally fill up your lungs with air. If you want to know more about how breathing works, go to o2trainer.com. And if you want to know everything about breathing, go to breathingforwarriors.com. Dr. Belisa Vranic, she's a world-renowned breathing expert, and myself, we put a breathing course together, a 3-hour breathing course where we hit everything that you need to know about breathing. Godspeed, and breathe on.